Hi Capricorn, it's Power and Light Tarot coming at you with the reading. Today we have another cool tarot reading. And let's see what we have for you guys, Capricorn. And this is a general reading, so please take what fits and leave the remainder out. And if you want to have your own reading, right, which is always recommended, I will speak a little bit on that in just a few minutes. Let's see what we have. We start with protection. And the tree is there, protecting this land here by this thunder. Yeah, let's see what we have here. And we have success. And there's the giant panther. And enlightenment. Somebody has awakened here. Somebody understands themselves and they understand the universe. Yeah, they understand they're a divine being. They totally get it. And they understand life. It's the best way to put it, right? Yes, they do. And yeah, very interesting. And I feel like this person, whoever is enlightened here, wants to protect something and to succeed with something. And it's most likely with you, Capricorn. And remember, this is your reading, so maybe that's your energy, right? But let's see. They can be vice versa. We have the crystal ball. And yeah, the crystal ball is here. And let's see what else we have. Let's have a look at that card. I don't know if they even read in the reverse, these cards. It's insight with the crystal ball. Follow your own counsel. Yeah, this is the low note, right? We got the high road and the low note. The crystal ball is well known and well loved as a divinatory tool. Most commonly made of clear crystal, it is used for delving into the psyche, for divining the future, divining probably. It should be rested upon a dark cloth in a room that is softly lit. This will help to facilitate clairvoyant vision. Well, we have, this is about insight, vision, and divination, and the third eye chakra, right? And we have enlightenment right next to it. So that's pretty clear what's going on. In the reverse, it's kind of interesting. It doesn't, it only reads like there's not much difference, no, really, with the reversal. That's kind of a trip there. And we have the cauldron, and this is the womb. Everything is made in the womb. And we have fertility. And this is the chalice. All right, so that is like the cup of life, really. And so, yeah, fertility. Let's look at the chalice. Let's see what they say right there. You are the vessel for divine grace to fill. Yeah, wow, because somebody has awakened here. The chalice indicates that this is a time to go with the flow, to experience your cup being filled with the gifts that water brings. This may well be an emotionally charged time, a time of intensity of feelings, but as a healing card, chalice suggests that now's the time to let the flow of life wash over your emotions, to prepare the ground for fertility and growth. Yeah, there's something going on here, and somebody is going with the flow after enlightenment. Yeah, after an awakening. For sure. I don't like to say enlightenment so much. The reason I say that is because they say only, the Buddha is in true, and the ascended masters are the ones who are truly enlightened, right? But for us, we can, because they could do far more than what we could do, right? The gurus, the Bhagavad Gita, right? If I'm saying the name right. Let's see what we have, though, Capricorn. Yeah, let's see. And let's get a couple. We have these cards already. Yeah, let's see what we got. The womb. All things are made in the womb. Yeah, let's see what we have. If you guys want to get a psychic reading with me, Capricorn, I always check for accuracies, and they are. Yeah, tarot readings as well. And you call out the formatting, live video call. Those are one-on-one, and those are fun. Those are sessions. Yeah, those are fun. You can get a reading, a video reading if you'd like, or I can record the session if you don't understand somebody, you don't know them, or you kind of met them. Good to get one on them. A lot of times you can see if they're really single or not, and just things like that. Yeah. And so, yeah, and Mystic Sense is a free 5-minute psychic reading, and you can get a past life reading with me, which are super empowering. Yeah, they are. They bring you to a very deep place of awareness. Yeah, they do. And with that, that is very empowering. Everything's below in the description box, Capricorn. And I want to take one look at this cauldron. Yeah, she looks like an astrologer on YouTube. She does. Let's see. And this is seeds of creation are being sown. The void, potential, and wise intention. The cauldron symbolizes the potential you have at this time to create your own reality, your own direction and outcome. But be aware that as creator, you will need to be fully conscious of what you are trying to achieve. If you place love and compassion in your cauldron and stir it with wisdom, you're likely to create the same thing in your world. As you give, so shall you receive. Pregnancy is likely, as is the birth of a new situation in your life. There's a new beginning here for you, Capricorn. Maybe you're having a baby next to the fertility card. That's a possibility, but let's see what we have. And the bottom of the deck is the High Priestess. And this makes perfect sense with the crystal ball and enlightenment. Yeah, it definitely does. Let's see what else we have for you guys, Capricorn. We're going to do a past, present, and future. The Chariot sits in the past with the Knight of Swords, the Wheel of Fortune, the Five of Pentacles. That's such a trip how the Wheel of Fortune sits next to the Five of Pentacles, because they are entirely opposite. Yes. Page of Pentacles, Knight of Wands, the Hermit, Ten of Pentacles reversed, Four of Swords. I'm going to move the camera down just a moment, and we have the Knight of Pentacles. That may very well be you. Could be a Virgo, Capricorn. Could be another Cap, or maybe a Taurus as well. Straighten this camera out. Yeah, come on, Denise, straighten it out. Here we go. And in the near future, we have the Eight of Cups, Page of Swords. In this reading, somebody is going with the flow of their life. They're trusting the universe. They're surrendering to wisdom and letting go. They're surrendering to divine wisdom. You just don't surrender, right? Like you're kind of Peter Pan and, Captain Hook. It's not like that, but there is a surrendering. There is. And Eight of Swords, Fool card, Judgment. All right, so let's cover the naked people here. In this reading, Capricorn, this is about somebody who gains insight, right? We have that card, the crystal ball. Here's the Hermit, and he is doing that. He has, gained insight. He has gathered his lamp, and the light, the star, is now in his lamp, so in his lantern. So he understands what he needs, right? That's really what it is. At the heart of the reading, at the center, is the Ten of Pentacles reversed, which is quite interesting because that can be some type of a breakup. Somebody goes with the flow here. They have an awakening and they just go with the flow. And they don't care about what's in the past. They're like, I'm not focusing on the past. I'm focusing on the future because I've awakened. Yeah. And so... So I have to go after, where my heart is sending me, my soul. Really, if you really want to get, technical, it would be my soul, right? So the Wheel of Fortune is in the heart of the matter, is at the center of the reading, and is the Eight of Swords. This is kind of like divine timing. It can be a breakup, but it can be like divine timing. Right? You could be saying, God, it sounds like awful divine timing, but that's how it works, right? Just like in astrology, if Jupiter wants you to expand wherever it is in your chart, if you're not ready for that expansion, or what I mean, if it's not convenient for you, Jupiter will come in and change the life circumstance. This is in a predictive chart. Yeah, in a predictive chart. will change your circumstances and take you out of wherever to invoke growth and expansion in your life so you can evolve. That's what the whole chart is about. You're evolving. Yeah, it is. That's the main gist. For sure it is. And so in this reading, that could be going on. And this is divine timing with the Wheel of Fortune. Yeah, I feel like it is. There may be a Sag here as well, but it does definitely look like divine timing, because what we have here is, the Chariot, which is overcoming, and then we have leaving something out here or feeling this lack. We have these opposite cards, if you know what I mean. Here's the Fool, and that is taking a leap of faith. And then we have, the Eight of Cups. This is the opposite. The Fool is a new beginning. The Eight of Cups is some sort of ending, whether or not you are physically walking away or leaving an aspect of your personality that you no longer identify with. You're like, I'm not like that anymore. And, it's like somebody told me the other day that their son finally got a job. He's like 35 and lived at home his whole life. I was thinking to myself, wow, well, that's good. But, something in his astrology was telling him, you're being a no good SOB. You don't work and you just don't want to live your life, really. You don't want to go to school. You don't do anything. So anyway, but I thought that was quite interesting. Yeah, I did. And, very good. Because I was thinking to myself, God, what's that guy going to do when his father dies, So enlightenment changes somebody here. Somebody just, they have a spiritual awakening, and everything after that changes. Like, well, I'm not the same person. That's really what this is about. So in the past, somebody sees how important you are. Yeah, they do. They do. And they could be leaving somebody out possibly for that. I feel like they saw how valuable you are to them, or special and important, because they were living with lack. And that contrast showed them that they have to hurry up and, and go find you, Capricorn. It does look like that in this reading. It does. Now, you might know this person, of course, by the way I'm speaking, but it's also possible that there's somebody here that, I don't know, maybe you're friends with them, or, or maybe you meet somebody. You can meet somebody too. We are in Libra season. It is about, one of the things is love affairs for sure. But, I feel like somebody here realized something by way of contrast. Yeah, pretty sure here. And so something gets left out or cut out. The Knight of Swords and the Five of Pentacles, all for divine order, divine justice, and divine timing. Yeah, for sure. And so now in the current energy, we have somebody who is dreaming and meditating here about this leap of faith that they want to take on you, Capricorn, right here. Yeah, about that. Right underneath, this person is dreaming that. And we know they went through an awakening because the Hermit is here and Judgment. Whoever they are, could be you right here. But this is about action. This isn't about somebody just, sitting around and go, wow, Capricorn's the best. I had an awakening about Capricorn, right? Yeah. And, no, this is about taking action and, like walking the talk. Yeah, exactly right. Eight of Swords is here, so there's a release. Somebody has to release something here, or they did, in order to go with the flow. It just felt natural to do it. And it reminded them how they kind of had themselves stuck in some way. Stuck in a relationship, stuck with a bad attitude, just stuck. And so, they have released that. Eight of Swords. They could have walked away from somebody, Capricorn, in this reading, and they could be wondering if that will be good enough for you. In other words, maybe you're with somebody and you said, come back when you're single. And so that they could be doing that in this reading. Yeah. Here is the leap of faith they want to take. Here's Judgment right next to it. If you know this person, they may need forgiveness. That's a possibility. That's not really clear here, but it's definitely, we know there's an awakening here with judgment because we have the crystal ball and enlightenment. So, but that may be forgiveness. It's a possibility here. Yeah, this person might be wondering that here, but there's a release in this reading. There's an awakening, there's a release, and this person wants to like co-create with you. It doesn't have to, not in, it doesn't always have to be a baby, but they want to have a new beginning with you, or have a life with you, a relationship with you for sure, because they want to create that in the cosmic womb. Yeah, that's where they want to create that. So I'm going to end this reading, you guys. If you want to get a psychic reading with me or a tarot reading, past life reading, check out the description box for sure. Yeah, and please like, share, and subscribe. It helps me to keep these readings coming with the YouTube algorithm. And hit the little bell if you would like me to notify you of my uploads. Thank you so much, you guys, for joining me here.